Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dead Unicorn, the tabletop role-playing game where we will be collecting as many foreskins as possible to please our Lord. Isn't that what we were just talking about off camera? I thought that's what we were doing.
We were.
Yeah, except,
I wasn't expecting it to be.
Except it wasn't your cyber lord who was wanting them.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I
Considering I am him, I don't
Did we
want
not all get the email? I got the email.
How are we going to please our Lord today?
Email.
Oh, Cyber Lord. I would like to introduce everybody. My name is Corey, and I'm just terribly inappropriate today. I sorry for any kids who just turned on this and their parents had to instantly turn it off. My apologies to them. Lady Valkyrie is here, Tarek is here, and Sasha is here, and our Cyber Lord is James, who we pleasure with our foreskins.
Yes. And I'd wish you'd stop.
I mean, they're not like ours. We collected them.
Yeah, they're not attached to anything anymore.
For you.
Yeah, but the first box I thought was a bunch of well, I thought they
Pencil
were
bricks?
mushrooms.
Could you at least say that it's the thought that matters? We put a lot of thought into this.
At the very least, there was a lot of effort because 44 dried out foreskins.
Wait,
Do you know how many
did we
foreskins
dry them
of
out?
cadavers I have in my basement right now?
It took a lot of time. I will say that much. My wrists are exhausted.
It's dangerous getting those. I'm
You need
wanted
a
in
rapid
5
screwdriver,
states.
Tarek.
I do. I need one. It would work better.
And all this from a misinterpretation of me asking for condoms.
We still don't know what you need.
Do not use other people's foreskins as condoms. That's not gonna work.
It's all organic.
Ask for something to cover the tip, and they give me the wrong thing.
Listen, Corey, docking works. Docking works.
Oh, good night, everybody.
You're looking for.
You killed him so hard he had to take off his glasses.
We're looking for abstinence training. Docking works. That's all I'm saying.
It's gonna be a crazy game
just
tonight,
tried
folks.
bringing it up.
I'm glad you're with us. James is going to do a recap real soon on everything, but at first I want to thank our patrons scrolling at the bottom below. They keep the lights on here and they watch us sometimes live, and I hope if you are watching us live you give us a comment or two. Also hit all of the buttons, follow us on Twitch, all that kinds of things that are really cool that help out the channel. That's about it. James, go for it.
All right. Well, let's see here. Short and quick version. Stuck New York. Grab job. Grab person. Get on airship. Airship go boom. Crash. Flee. Arrive in Nashville. Fight off Hicks. Drive to Memphis. Find boat. On boat. Brain dive. That was last session. And that's where we are.
It's very efficient.
Yeah. I really gotta tell you, like, how to do recaps. Like, when you watch a television show, they don't recap everything that happened in the entire season. They just hit the things that are going to be important for this game.
Last session
Or
was
for
a
this
brain
episode.
dive. They've agreed to do a job in exchange for the boat owner waiving his fee to get them to New Orleans.
That's right. That's what's important for today. We're doing a job. We're going down the river, and we're going to attack a chemical factory. And that's it.
You're first going to be meeting up with the River Raiders leader and all of that so that you can get the specific details. Come on, get to the right page here. Here we are. No. There. All right. And about another day's travel down the river, which brings you about to there or so.
That was only 2 miles. That's not 2
According to
miles.
that, but if you actually looked at a real world map for that distance,
James,
it's closer to a
do
few
you
hundred.
not know how to properly scale a map?
Nope.
We just did, by the way, guys, on our regular channel, Dead Unicorn, we talked about VTTs and the learning curve out of them and things like that. I specifically talk about how people don't put the scaling on their maps correctly.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I know you mentioned that. I heard that, and I was like, yep, guilty, right here.
I don't think so. Actually.
Did
Too
we
much
talk about how
effort.
Dr. Young is a Cylon yet? While I was gone?
Oh, are you a Cylon? Cool. I'm a Cylon
Dr.
too.
Young.
Tarek, is your character Cylon?
Yes, not Dr. Young.
Yeah, Dr. Young
Dr.
is a
Young's a
Cylon.
Cylon.
I am not provably a Cylon.
Oh, we're
I'm
all
not probably a
Cylons.
lizard person either.
Look here, I can even show you my Cylon light. See, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Wrong day of the week for this.
Whoosh,
This is actually
whoosh.
for tomorrow.
You see my Cylon light going back and forth over my eyes to show you that
Oh,
I'm a
there you go.
Cylon.
Well, shouldn't it be red?
Oh, I knew the
Oh, I'm a good-
Cylons
I'm a-
had some genetic connection with Kit.
I'm a good guy Cylon,
They
not a bad guy
both have the
Cylon.
same scanner bar.
I actually got that reference.
I'm a good guy Cylon. We have white lights.
Ugh.
Ooh, that means Kit's one
It's
of the
racially
bad ones.
motivated, but okay.
Kit was always a bad guy. You didn't know that? He
Well,
was.
Car also had the same color, so I mean,
Yeah, Kit was a Cylon. He was the prototype Cylon. He's where all Cylons came from.
Except the Cylons came from the worlds that the Battlestars started on, and they were looking for Earth.
So here's the deal, right? Kit was the first Cylon that humans on Earth created. It was like it was a parallel kind of idea of invention. And when we got to the level where we could start building things, the first step is to build Kit. So the Battlestar guys also built their version of Kit before the Cylons as well. And it was just history repeating itself.
I learned so much from this.
Is this great content or what? Did we just?
In any case,
He took
into
the
the
whole
actual
boat.
story for tonight, Cleary and Grace pulled the boat over at an island, and you see a campfire going and about 5 people around that fire. And as you approach, one of them waves their hand and gestures to the side across the fire from them. And again, because I do not have PDF of this file easily available, that's what she looks like.
Cool. I'll go sit down next to the fire. And next.
After this game, remind me what this adventure is called, and I will use dubious methods to find you a PDF of this adventure. And
I think I have one. I just don't have it
legal.
readily
Totally.
available to share through here.
Totally legal.
Totally legal.
Dubious methods. Totally
Ja-
legal.
James doesn't do the work just to like do a clip, a snipping, and then just load that into the VTT into just a journal entry, and then click it so we can all just see it on the VTT in the journal entry. I mean, come on, man. We're on the internet. People are watching.
I'm the self-admitted lazy GM of the Dead Unicorn, okay?
Fair enough.
But this lady looks over and goes, I'm Demeter. And this is the rest of my cell.
So, for quick question here, were these people that we were expecting to meet? Is this the people that we're doing that heist with, or that job?
Yes, this is the group you're doing the job with.
Okay.
terrorists?
Yeah,
Eco-terrorists, yes.
Eco, thank you.
So do you have the plan figured out? What everybody's going to be doing, or do we have to look at what we have and create something together.
I have a plan. Hands you a map. It has 4 places marked on it, on this hand-drawn map. And she says, Cleary has some scuba gear if you think you'll actually need it. Your net runner is going to have to open the gates at this point so that you guys can get in through this channel. And then you're going to place these bombs, pushes a bag over towards you guys, in those locations. Once you start them, you'll have 10 minutes to evac. My crew will be causing a distraction on the far side of the plant. And, well, that's about as simple as it gets.
We've really taken a turn from tree spiking now, haven't we?
Well, this particular plant is owned by a company that did a big PR campaign about no longer dumping their crap into the river here. And yet, we know they've been bribing people and paying people off, and they just got the more obvious pieces to stop. But the worst stuff is causing birth defects 73% more often than squatters just a mile north of them.
Interesting.
And you want us
How
to
long
scuba
has
dive
this
in
been
this.
going on?
It's short term to cripple them. Don't drink it, and you should be fine.
I'd say that's good enough for me.
So here's the thing. Gas, this is how this works. If you keep getting your facility destroyed by terrorists because you're doing bad things, then it becomes more and more expensive to do that. Then the doing things the quote unquote proper way becomes less expensive in the long run because you don't have terrorists blowing up your stuff.
She scratches her like beside her ear a little bit and like looks pensive and says,
I suppose it would actually be cheaper to hire mercenaries and shoot to kill the people who keep blowing up my facility.
There's already mercenaries there, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. But I suppose that's not our problem, is it? We're just here to do a job.
Is violence the answer?
It is
Depends
often a
on the
good
question.
So basically, the channel is up in this part, and you'll be coming through there. And then I need to go over to marking things, and just any old color will do.
well, on the right side, the water is still marginally blue.
Why is that not drawing on there? It's not drawing. No.
Okay. So we're going. You said on the right side is where our team's going.
You'll be
Right here?
starting up here. We're at the very top. And there's just off the map the part that El Manos will have to control that has several gates and is covered, and you guys would be going through those and then coming out into this. And then there's 1 spot, 2 spot, 3 spot, and 4 spot. And then you got 10 minutes to get the fuck out before they all blow and start flooding this channel.
Do we suspect that El Manos is going to have to actually go inside of the place, or should I be staying outside in that gated area? to
Say
control.
that the gated area is what's expected, but up to you, really.
Okay. I put that up to the group. Would you all prefer me to go with you, considering I'm one of the more I'm one of the stealthy / combat-y people in the group? Or should I stay back and let y'all go?
I was wondering why we were needed to go inside in the first place.
To set up the bombs, I believe.
Is that all? They don't have. I thought they just needed a net runner to open the gates for them.
No, we need the net runner to open the gates so you go in and plant the bombs while we're causing a distraction on the far side.
Yeah, to get the mercenaries away from us.
And Manus is supposed to open the door.
And there is supposed to be air pockets in the channel, in the covered area, in the gates, but we have no way of confirming that.
And how deep exactly is this river that we should be going through?
The channel itself, covered area, is 6 feet tall, supposed to be 4 feet of water. The main channel along right here is supposed to be right in the 4 to 6 foot range. It's not supposed to be too deep.
It sounds tight. Are we supposed to swim through that?
Yes.
They said 4 feet tall water.
Mm-hmm.
How many bombs do they have?
4. All with simple lift cover, flip switch, close cover to start the timer.
Gas looks clearly like upset. Not like mad or anything, but like she looks displeased and is showing it. She looks uncomfortable. But she doesn't say anything more about it.
What's wrong?
Yeah, maybe we should get a rowboat.
Cleary will bring you up to the gates.
Pardon?
Cleary, boat captain.
Oh.
He'll bring you up to the gates, and like I said, he's got scuba gear if you want it.
Yeah, I'll put on the scuba gear, at least the wetsuit. Yeah. Wish we had like a rowboat though. That would make things really easy. Just row on in there. But I guess they can see us coming on a rowboat. I don't know.
Yeah.
Quick question. Is there
Unless you
any-
have a special ability to fold yourself into a small, nice cube that sits on top of a rowboat, I have a feeling they'd probably still spot you.
And a rowboat would have difficulty getting through the gates.
You had a question? Sorry.
They're only like 3 feet from each other.
All right, sounds good.
What was your
Or
question?
it sounds like this is the plan to get us to not have to pay for the boat ride. I was gonna pay, but everybody's like, no, we have to save money, and I'm like, okay, let's do the job. Now that we're at the job, people are like, I don't want to get in the dirty water.
I believe
doesn't
we
care
had
about the
to
dirty
agree.
water.
I believe we had to agree to take the job before we, or just pay for the ride,
Yeah,
and we decided to take the job to save some money.
that's right. This is what we decided.
We just
We've-
didn't know the exact details yet.
We've made our bed, and now we must swim in it. I grab a wetsuit.
How many
All
more
right.
suits are there?
There are 3.
So
There's also goggles, snorkels, and scuba tanks if you want those.
I bemoan the fact that there's not enough RGB on these frog suits.
Okay, Mario. Jesus.
Yeah, you can't sync it to your Neuralware and have it like mood light. Cheap.
Why would I be Mario? I don't get the reference.
Frog suit.
Oh, Super
Super
Mario
Mario
Brothers 3, the only game that had a
Frog suit.
frog suit in it.
It has. Hey, Mario Maker has frog suit. Don't you judge?
Sure.
And actually, most of the modern Mario games have it. So suck it.
You know, Tarek, you're so right. I'm so wrong. I
You're-
should have
you're
known.
living in
I
the
should have
past,
gotten that
you're in the
reference
future.
instantly.
It's 2020, baby. Well, it's 2023.
Question.
But still, it's 2020, baby.
That game that came out in 1998, sure.
are there enough goggles and oxygen tanks to go for the 3 wetsuits?
Yep.
Okay. So the 3 of us who do go for a swim should definitely have that.
Which one of y'all is gonna take the bombing thing? Who has the skill with bombing?
Ooh,
Me.
let's see who has demolitions or whatever.
Is there a demolition skill?
Yeah,
Yeah, there is.
Ah. Where would that be?
Technique
Oh, I found
skill.
it.
I see. It costs double the experience points to do. I have a base of 3 in it. I should
I have
not
a
be
base of
doing it.
8.
It's
I
based
also
on
have a
tech.
I also all 3 of us with 8 int have a base of 8.
So y'all
Thankfully,
can do that.
they're
well.
already made. You just have to put them in the places marked on the map.
So no skill check or anything
You
for
should
it.
probably electronic. Oh,
Literally, it's put in place, lift the cover, flip the switch, close the cover. That's
I
it.
thought it was gonna be.
I'm just going to put this out here. I have a tech of 3 and no skill. Don't even let me do that much. I will somehow break it.
I have a tech of 8. Like, wait, no, actually 3 of us have a tech of 8. No, int of 8.
Not technically.
Yes.
Tech-
3 of us have a tech of 8 and an int of 8.
Oh, we all have tech and int at 8.
Yes.
Fun.
Yeah.
But gas is cool and also has a cool of 8.
Random thought that I had over the time we've been gone. If you guys decided you wanted to design cyberware, you actually have the appropriate team for that.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah, we got
Steelheart
that
could
one.
do the rough prototyping, Gas can install it, and Elmanos can program it, and Hard Cell can market it.
We know our gig after this.
So if you guys have ideas for cyber that isn't on any of the lists, you could just make it.
Once we get to Night City, I assume, because, downtime.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start turning people into Cylons.
You say that as though we haven't already started.
The process
Um,
has begun.
So, do we think I should carry the bombs because I am the healthiest amongst us?
Oh yeah, speaking of health, you said it was another day. Do I get points? Do I get my health points back?
You do get your body worth of them, yes.
Cool, that puts me up to max. No, it doesn't.
Fine.
What's my body?
No.
My body is 3. Okay, that gives me up to 25. 25 out of 30. Okay.
Yeah, having a low bod also does mean that you heal slower.
Yeah, my body and my tech are really, really, really bad.
What is your body, out of curiosity?
Excuse me?
What is your...
What's your body
skill?
count? That's what she's asking. What's your body and what's the
Of
number?
all of us. We know I'm not the one to ask that.
My body is 3.
Gotcha. I thought
My
that's
body is a wonderland.
But his body count is in the triple digits.
My body is 3. I mean, my 8s are in intelligence and cool. I'm a cool guy. I'm a cool guy. I'm a cool guy.
Which explains the triple digit body count.
But yeah, my tech and my body are at 3. I'm not,
So, I think the main thing is we should think about who do we want to go in there, because I do feel like Steelheart should go because she's pretty much a brawler. Elmanos, do we have reason to keep Elmanos behind, or could she open the uh, gates, let us in, and she goes with us?
Well, there's only 3 wetsuits and such
Yeah.
like that, so
Yeah, no, that's why that's why I'm asking. That is like figuring out, should someone stay behind, and if so, who?
well, Almanos is going to have to open the gates for you guys to get out as well.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
they will just automatically close as well.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
And you
Yeah.
can't just leave them open, or else the crap that's in that lagoon will make it out into the river. And if you just keep it closed, well, then only a small amount will come out from shifting through.
So, James,
Yes.
I'm going to talk up these eco warriors here and check their resolve, see how long I feel like they will do a distraction before they care about their own lives more than this mission.
Okay.
Is that a human perception?
Yes. Or you could do a rep roll as a group on them, or you could be picking one out to do a rep roll on. Like
Rep
their
rolls are
leader.
hard. Human perception is easy.
Meh. Either works.
There we go. That's a good roll. 22.
These are diehard zealots.
Zealots.
Yeah.
Zealots, you heard him.
They will. They
Let's-
if they're. You're pretty sure they're going to stay on this distraction until the explosions occur, or they're all dead.
Okay. All right, good. I like to hear that. Okay. You guys see
That's
me.
a 90% certainty to you.
I'm chatting everybody up. I'm making the rounds, doing introductions. Y'all see me doing like social, being a cool guy, the cool guy that I am. Seeming very interested in what they have to say. Then I'll come on back to you guys and say, hey, one good thing about this mission, these guys are ride or die on this. If we do not blow this up, they will stay here and die until
Right.
the explosion happens. So we'll at least get that out of it. I mean, not that they'll die, but that we have a very good distraction.
All the more reason to get this done quick.
Pardon?
I agree.
All the more reason to get this done quick.
Sure. Are there frog suits
right.
for everybody? Or you said there's only scuba gear for...
There's scuba
There's-
gear for 3 people. Elmanos also needs to stay behind to open and close the gates.
Okay.
So essentially, gas, hard cell, and steelheart could go, unless someone wants to stay behind and let cardiac go, for example.
Yeah, so about that,
I
Gas
thought
not
so.
putting on a wetsuit.
I thought
Uh,
that might be the case.
She'll pace around them for a little bit and stare at them, and then like walk away
Hey,
and be like,
Elmanos, I have a plan.
Oh God.
I want to
I'm
see
glad
if
you didn't say a
you're
good plan.
you're in on this plan. Instead of me putting on the wetsuit, let's get cardiac in the wetsuit to cover him. I'm not gonna be that great with them out there. At least cardiac can give them fire cover if need be. But what I
So-
can do is cause chaos within the factory. See, I know how to talk to management and security, and if you patch me in to their feeds, I can start giving them orders that sound real, that put them in places where our people are not.
Could you convince them that this is a part of a corporate takeover?
I'm
And,
sure between
this is
Hard
a-
Cell and myself,
yeah,
we could.
make them believe that it's a hostile takeover of the company, and tell them they're all being reassigned.
So I'll
Fire.
get on my
Just to point
agent.
out a possible flaw that Elmanos would think of. You're already going to be busy controlling the gates, and he wants you to do a secondary full-on assault on their data net just so he can talk to them.
Well, the biggest issue is that people are going to be shooting
Oh.
guns and causing a distraction
How-
outside, so they
how-
might not believe
We
the hostile
heal
takeover
back
thing.
a number of hit points equal to our body, right? When we heal, when we sleep.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm. Unless you have somebody actively treating you, and that requires rolls for the days.
Well, the 6 that we had, so I had gotten 12 damage. 6 of it was going to be temporary.
Yep.
And then
Yeah, the 6 is
of
already
that
gone,
was- okay.
and the other 6 you've healed your body's worth at this point.
Okay, so I'm only down 2. Good. All right.
Do
Just wanted
they?
to verify?
Do these people have? Are these people talking through an internal security system, or are they just talking through walkie-talkies that we can just pick up on radio bands and talk
That's a
to
great
them?
question.
I'll go over and ask the crew what they know, what kind of information they've gotten already on this place when it comes to their security, and I'll ask them questions about the communications that security gets.
Demeter's responds with, it's multiple, well, different layers, actually. So they actually have like 4 or 5 different levels of communication. Majority of them are hardwired lines of phones between the buildings. They do not have any walkie-talkies, radio communication
Right.
like that. They purely do between the levels. It's hard phones lines, and there is a data connection on individual levels.
Okay, well I guess that plan's out the window then. All right, I guess I'll come with y'all so I have something to do.
Yeah. Ortera still says,
I will be on standby beside Almanos to treat any injuries should you sustain any, but I will not be coming with.
You will also be. You can also make sure the good doctor and Elmano stay safe.
Cardiac has an even less tech than me. So, like,
just
these
protect
bombs,
Valk.
these bombs better be idiot proof. Like,
Just protect Valk. She's not an idiot. Yeah, still hurts about it.
3 steps. Place, open cap and flip switch, close cap, and then run.
that's 4 steps. Minus the running. The running is a 5th step.
Place, arm, run. And arm is flip, flip, flip. Done.
Did you remember to close the cap after you're done? Damn it.
That was the 3rd flip.
Shit.
You flipped it too many times.
We're all gonna die.
The number of the flipping is 3. The number of the times of the flips shall be.
And then
If
you
you
run
flipped-
through the hallways with your scuba fins like flap, flap, flap.
If you have flipped only 2 times, you shall not flip 2 times unless you will be proceeding to flip a 3rd time. If you have flipped more than 3 times.
Gilhar would say that she would want to go to these deepest in first, so that we're already on our way out for the rest.
Gas will ask if like if there's any way, you know how scuba suits sometimes come with like cameras so that you can like lights or cameras in the front. I don't know how high tech these are. Would these have anything that could like transmit video on them?
No, but anybody who has cyber eyes and an internal agent could possibly transmit what they're seeing.
I'm the only one that has cyber eyes. I wanted to know if like I could watch what's going on through cyber eyes, like link to somebody, but I don't think anyone else has the means to set
Can
that up.
these frog suits go over or under our armor? Can we wear armor with them?
Yes,
Okay.
your armor would go over.
Ah,
because they are skin tight wetsuits.
yeah.
Unless you're wearing what is it called? The suit armor that looks like fancy clothes, then that can go under.
No, I wish.
I mostly joke because that happens in many secret agent movies.
I know John Wick has it, man. If only we
I
were
was
John
thinking-
Wick.
I think I was thinking of James Bond, but also I haven't seen any of
No,
these.
that's not what I
So
wanted.
Does James Bond have armor suits? I don't think he does. I think it's a John
I'm-
Wick thing.
What the?
he wears a tuxedo underneath a wetsuit. That's what I was.
Oh yeah,
implying.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, that happened in like GoldenEye or something like that.
And Mythbusters actually proved that it was perfectly possible to do that.
Yes, that's the main reason I remember. Oh, it also came up in
Why is
National
this
Treasure
not
2.
Moving. Come on, you stupid fucking thing. Somehow
Sounds
the
like-
map shifted on me, and now I can't get it to move again.
Oh no.
Right click and drag.
Yeah, was doing that, and it wasn't moving. There, now I got it where I mostly want it. There we go. All right. Now, Corey, remind me, how do I put everybody in the combat thing?
You right click them, and then there is a shield and cross swords, and that puts them into the combat tracker.
Right.
We can also do it to ourselves.
We can. So how big
All right.
how big are these squares?
They're fair good size, actually. I wasn't able to get proper scaling on this one either, but basically, one square will, if you have a move of 5, you'll move one square at a time. If you have a move of 10, you'll be able to move 2 squares.
Yeah, these
Are way off, I know.
yeah, they're not 2 meter squares.
Yeah, I know.
You know how you change that? You go up to where it says Chem Plant in the at the top there, and you right click it, and then you go to Configuration, and then you go to Grid, and then you can change it to whatever you want.
And guys, go ahead and roll an ish.
Well, I'll see y'all later.
Almanos and gas as well, please.
I was looking for it on my character sheet, and then I realized.
All right. Oh, good. It actually ended up in an order that works fairly well for us. And we're going to start with Elmanos. Doing your net dive to open the first gate. For this, we'll just go nice and simple and say it's a control roll.
Okay.
And there are a grand total of 3 gates that you'll have to open, and they'll close automatically in like 30 seconds. So you'll be able to open it, everybody will move, then that one will close, and you'll open the next one on your next turn, and it'll all work out that way.
8.
Okay, no problem. That opens the first gate.
I think that's the end of my turn.
All right, now the security op and security officers are now responding to hearing the assault occurring way over here. So they're moving towards it. Cardiac goes through the first gate. Does Gas do anything on this turn, or is she just sitting there and thinking positive thoughts?
thinking positive thoughts, hoping that they don't all suffocate because that's a horrible way to go.
Are you worried about that?
Yes.
Corey, you'll make it through the first gate. Same with Valk. And Elmanos, control for the second gate.
Okay.
And you guys find that you can actually stand and there is air in the upper part. And as soon as the first gate closes, everything stabilizes and then boom, opened up. One, two, one, two. One, two. One, two. One, two. One, two. And 1, 2. Boom, boom. Through. Boom, boom, boom. Back to Tarek for third gate.
Gate number 3.
Well, that's no
I'm
good.
I'll spend. I have 3 luck. I'll spend 3 luck. It's the best I can do.
All right. That's actually just enough.
Oh, goodness,
So,
thank you.
For the rest of you, you're in that last chamber waiting for the final door to open, and it initially goes cocoon. 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 Then finally goes cocoon.
I'll swim through very quickly to make sure it doesn't close back up on me and squish me like
Oopsies.
Yeah. like a creature that in a 3D shooter that gets, the doors close on them, they go squish.
Yes, Sasha?
I didn't mean to raise my hand. I was typing in my life path area. I don't know why I did that.
Well, interesting
Instead of
feature I'd
saving.
never seen before, so
What
wonder
button do you
how you
ignore
triggered
that.
that.
I don't know. I was just
What the fuck?
typing in my life path area in notes. That's super
Interesting.
weird.
All right. Well, moved him, I think. And I'm guessing you're moving forward there. Because you
Sure.
said, yeah. And then you'll move forward. And boom. All right. Elmanos, you doing anything else at this point?
Do I need to keep an eye on the gates at this point?
Just for when they come back.
Okay, at this point then, I'm going to try to get info on cameras so that I can feed them information on movements of people around the building.
Okay.
Let me do a scanner first to see what I can find.
Find the right node to grab into for that. Yep. Okay. Yep. You do find the right node for the camera controls, at least
Okay.
for amongst the towers. You don't have any of the internal buildings.
I think that's me then.
Okay, moves to there. Moves to there. Moves to there. Moves to there. Moves there. Moves there. Moves there. Let's see here. Actually, it's going to be pretty boring just cycling through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to reach roughly where the first thing is, so we're just going to move everybody amongst the opposition 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's close enough, and that'll bring him to right there. Him to pretty much right behind. And let's just go ahead and pull you guys on down.
I would also like to make a stealth check.
Please do.
I would also do so. I just was letting things go. Stealth. Oh. That's all that time
Somebody got
spent
very
reading.
good.
I'll spend a couple luck. I'll spend 3 luck to make that a 19.
So,
I picked up Frozen,
well, cardiac is the lowest,
thinking
But,
this would be a good amount.
nobody's really noticing
Turns
his
out half the
splashing
box is
around.
sauce. It's a generous single person helping, not a 2-person helping.
Who is talking?
I'm sorry,
Uh,
that's Crystal. She's in here.
Okay.
Say hello.
I
Crystal.
didn't see anyone's green light, like the green border light up, so I was just like, wait, what is going on? Am I hearing things?
So just real quick, going through for Gas and Elmanos, for the roughly 9 rounds it took for them to get where they are now, is there anything you guys are doing?
I suppose Gas could make a like perception check because she's just trying to make sure that no one walks in on Elmanos while she's doing her thing.
Okay. Only thing you're seeing is Cleary's boat just around a slight bend. You see the very tip of the prow sticking out. And other than that, some lightning bugs and buzzing mosquitoes and bats. Plenty of bats. Almanos, you doing anything during those 9 rounds?
Yeah, I will be doing the library or the camera. So I guess I need a control check first.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can take control of the cameras. 9.
Some of them.
Okay, and then
Not all of
start,
them.
I'll start feeding data basically back to them for those 9 rounds to try to keep them in the loop of where cameras are, and then I'll keep trying to get a hold of more camera nodes.
And just to let you all know as well, during these 9 rounds, there is a lot of explosions occurring from this direction, where all the guards are headed. There's explosions. There's heavy machine gun fire being heard. It sounds like a frickin' war zone over there.
So it sounds like a night city. Got it.
In the combat zone, yeah.
That was that for me. Like when I played Cyberpunk 2077, that was just like, okay, that's nothing new.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Good to know. What's my character? Steelheart would like to go down further, set the charges down there, and then as they make their way away.
This sounds like a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good plan.
I said this before we started swimming.
I had water in my ear.
All right, so that's another 1, 2, 3, 4, roughly 5 rounds to get to there, and a round to place those. I need more stealth checks to avoid the technicians and the like working in the area.
Sure. Now it's going to be roll to fail. As
I am going to.
The more times you roll, if any of these rolls fail, we fail the entire thing, right? So this is basically now we're rolling with disadvantage.
I'm going to spend 3 luck to boost my roll up to a 17.
I think 17.
Oh,
would be
you have
just
better stealth than I do.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. You guys are successful.
I'm so glad I used those luck.
I mean, if Elmanos hadn't taken over that particular camera, might have been a different story. Because meets it beats it, but we're dealing with NPCs versus PCs, so the meets it beats it's on your favor.
Yeah.
So you guys have made it to this far. And are you splitting up to set 2 bombs on either side and then leaning back and going back, or
Yes.
what?
I'll grab a bomb. Steelheart can grab a bomb. We'll put the bombs in the correct place. Apparently that's over here on this side.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that Steelheart would encourage Cardiac to go with Heart Cell, and then she would go set her own bomb.
All right.
Cause yeah, I'm a weak man.
Yeah, you're the one we need to look out for, because A, you're the face of the party, and B, you have a tendency of getting close to death.
Well, an entire the airship fell out of the sky.
Everyone else was fine. I don't know how you got so hurt.
It fell. I don't know how you guys didn't. That was
I mean,
amazing.
that's not crushed by a
You,
beam.
you did have a
Oh.
structural beam land on you specifically.
Yeah.
They didn't.
See, I
Gas
was
did too, right?
just unlucky.
But not a full structural beam. It was like a bulkhead. A bulkhead? Would that be the right word?
Sure. It's a
Something
ship.
crushed my ass.
Yeah,
remember
it would
what it was.
be something from
You
a
got
wall.
slammed into a bulkhead, a wall. You didn't get pinned under anything.
I did because Hard Cell and the Dr. Young had to get it off of me.
Not Hard Cell. Hard Cell was with Steelheart. Cardiac, maybe.
Cardiac, not Hard Cell.
Gotcha.
Yep, that's what I meant.
I mean, cardiac is just an extension of me.
We do have him because of you, and we are thankful.
They're the same picture.
All right. Now another stealth check as you make your ways to the other point.
Okay. Now we're rolling with double disadvantage.
I'm going to spend the rest of my luck to put that up to 12. I have 4 luck, down to 0 luck.
Okay.
Just so you know, you're doing one of the one of the flaws in older role playing games. You're going right for it. We'll talk about this after the game.
And maybe do a long talk and stream later.
Sure, maybe we'll talk about.
I mean, it's a good topic for it.
Why doing several rolls for the same thing, and if any of them fail, everything fails is a bad idea. Basically, it's what disadvantage is.
Elmanos, you have a chance to intercept this alert because a netrunner just spotted one of your friends and is going, "Oh shit!"
What would you like me to roll to do that?
Control works. If there's anything else you think would work as well, hell, you could just decide you're going to launch your attack program at the netrunner and try to flatline them before they can get the alarm off.
I do have deck crash, which will force the netrunner to like immediately be jacked out unsafely, which will give him dump shock.
Mm-hmm. So your choice on what you do.
Please save my ass.
Okay. Technically, my board has how many actions? Check real quick. My cyber deck has. So I can dump a bunch of actions on him at this point. Where are my cyber deck stats? Speed, there it is. Okay, so I have a speed of 5. So I could technically drop a ton of actions at him right now. So I will roll a Vriz. To hit. Ugh, my first hit misses for sure. Second attack this turn.
Holy fuck.
How am I? You're destined to die here. 9, which may hit or may not hit, depending on what their defense is.
Well, they actually aren't expecting anything, so they don't have any defenses up and running currently.
Oh, do all of these hits?
Then they will take 2 to the brain and be. They have 1 less action in their action round. And then how does the 6 hit? By the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they'll take another one of these and another one of these. So 1 more. So they're going to take a total of 12 damage to the brain, and then the last thing I'm going to do is deck crash them to give them dump shock to the brain.
Gods, you are. This sounds evil.
Which should hit, and it will do. Well, actually, it's not gonna. I don't get to roll for damage. It's whatever the dump shock is that they'll take.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my 5 actions that I can do in the net run phase.
Goodness gracious.
All right. Well, with theirs, they are. Well, that pretty well fucks them.
Oh god, did we just come?
Oh yeah, they can't. They have 4 less actions they can take. By the way, on their.
They have 3 they could.
Okay, so they can't take any actions.
They were...
Except for the beached fish.
Yeah.
That's the only action they're really doing. The hit the ground and flop.
Yeah, exactly.
So here I am, right? Putting this bomb on. No one can see me put this bomb on. The person they saw was Cardiac, right?
No, it was Steelheart.
Shoot. Okay, well, if a person saw Steelheart, do we know that person saw Steelheart? Do we see him?
Camera. It was one
You
of the.
do not know. Steelheart doesn't know. And Elmanos took care of it.
Okay. I'm just wondering if we have to, like, kill a person before they can point
You're
out,
just
oh yeah, the
preparing
bomb
for
was
this
right there.
situation.
We should take it off, and, you know, that fucks everything.
Yeah, pretty much, Falk. Yeah. Except they aren't even conscious enough to do that.
Okay.
Their
Well,
player is just like,
we-
I would like the free action cry. You can't even do that.
We don't
Yeah,
know.
sorry, you lost all your actions.
It's okay. They don't know. We armed these last 2 bombs, and we beat kick
We
waves.
go for a swim.
Yep. At this point, really, nobody else is going to notice you. There's no other techs in that area, and all security has been driven off. So you're back at the gates, and I just need 3 rolls from El Manos on opening the gates to do it in time before the bombs go off and flood behind you. Because getting caught in there during the caustic flood,
Can we?
this is a save or die on El Manos's part for you guys.
So, quick question, because Steelheart would be nervous about that idea. Is it possible to just walk out of here?
No, 30-foot high walls surround the complex.
Shit. Best of luck.
Hope it's not a 1. Ooh, yeah, 15.
All right, so you get them through the first one, and now they are safely inside with the door closed behind them before the bombs go off.
Hooray!
So
We still
even if
have-
the bombs go off, you can take your time getting them out the rest of the way, so we're not even going to bother rolling
Oh.
that.
These things are that good? Goodness.
Well, we better get out of
just-
the water before all the chemicals that get blowed out
Yeah.
and into the water reach.
Well, the big gates are going to prevent all of those chemicals from reaching you.
Okay.
Yet.
So that's why this roll was the important save or die. Because not make the roll? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that would be really bad. Really, really bad. If I didn't make the roll, that would have been like night.
Yep. So that takes care of this. The explosions and gunfire are dying off in the distance. You make it back to Cleary's boat and your van with everybody.
Okay.
And we'll go back to this map.
All right. We did it. And we only lost some terrorists.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they all survived. You don't know.
Well, about an hour later, you're back at that island where you first met Demeter. And Demeter and one other person shows up. And that one person is badly injured. Demeter's kind of injured. She's got a few holes in her. But she's grinning. She's happy.
Where's Gas?
Going nuts.
Tarek,
Gas.
go get her.
Okay, give me 1 second.
So while he does that,
Sasha did say that BRB, if Gas sees anyone approaching the building and she doesn't recognize it as a rebel, she will start shooting. I'm sure we already noticed that, but
so
she has made herself aware. As
since we have a little time, there are 3 types of ways to do multiple rolls. The first one is the Game Master lets you roll and then feels like another roll is determined every time a roll is determined. If you fail any of those rolls, a 100% failure result occurs. The second kind is if you can make multiple rolls over a period of time and any of those rolls succeed, you get the 100% success rate. D&D transformed these into rolling with disadvantage and rolling with advantage. The third kind is multiple rolling to get a tiered number of successes. And the more successes you get, if you fail any of these rolls, it doesn't make a fail state per se. You can just get a tick mark on how much you failed rather than how much you succeed, or how much you succeed relative to the number of rolls you made. Those are the good kind. Those are the ones that should be happening.
Well, in this case, it was a roll to see when things turned to shit. And, well, your rolls made it so it never did.
Yeah, no, things turned out real well. Shockingly.
And Cyberpunk, well, I gotta tell you, a lot of these old adventures for this are built on the when will it suck.
So far?
So far, your rolls have been pretty good on avoiding that.
Yeah, maybe it's 'cause- is like does the new system help us?
A little
that.
bit, yeah. It is a
Okay.
bit easier to hit the target numbers with this because the DCs are actually lower.
I do appreciate that.
But it is like
In the previous one, the lowest possible success you could have is 10. And if you rolled anything below that, you didn't succeed at
I
anything.
like to do a tiered perception thing where I like to have enemies roll multiple times for perception, but it like alerts them. You don't fail until you fail multiple times, but it makes it a little bit harder. So like if you fail the first time, maybe they weren't at their desks looking at the cameras, but they thought they saw something, so now they're sitting down looking at their cameras. The next time you fail, maybe somebody sees movement, but they don't see who it is. So they call in and try to see, is anyone down in this block right now? This block is supposed to be empty. And then the third time you fail, then they see you and they're on your ass.
that
That's how
works.
I like to do it.
I like
That's how
that.
I
I
would've
like
done
that. I try to make it. I try and do things where
And it gets harder if you fail. So the next time,
I try and do things where I use multiple different kinds of skills. So for example, I might put the first one might be a stealth roll to do stealth, and the second roll might be to get past. Oh, you spot a trap, and you have to like balance or like acrobat your way through the trap without setting it off. And I would think ahead and make these kinds of extra challenges, and that's how I would put that together. So it feels like you're actually doing something different every time, not just rolling. I roll stealth against that guy, I roll stealth against that guy, and it feels like you're just rolling to see when you're going to fail, because you're eventually going to fail if you have to keep rolling over and over, and any single one of those rolls creates a fail state. It's just okay. You tell me when I fail, Game Master. I don't want to roll dice anymore. This just feels bad. It's just...
By the way,
But yeah.
now that I'm back, there's injured people.
Yes,
right?
Sasha.
Yes.
Gas needs
Yes.
to.
Okay.
There are only 2 of the 6 river raiders that made it back to the campfire in the island. And Demeter and one other did. And that other, he's full of holes. Demeter has a couple holes.
Can she assess if they have any life-threatening injuries?
Go for it.
Say first aid.
That's fine. Yeah. You can tell at pretty much a glance that neither one is in risk of dying from their injuries right now. But dude in the trench coat, he's probably going to lose at least a limb.
Is that limb loss guaranteed unless he has immediate medical intervention, or is it even with immediate medical intervention he's going to lose a limb?
Most likely, even with medical intervention, he's going to lose a limb.
Okay.
He's got a tourniquet on his upper arm, and the elbow is pretty much just exposed bone.
Well, she's going to go over there and she's going to start assessing, and then she's going to make it very clear that she is a doctor and that for a price she can tend to their injuries. But that he's going to lose his arm, or is it a leg?
He's definitely going to lose that arm. He has lots of holes in him, and apparently he's done field old medicine on himself, as he's also suffered several burns in those holes. So he's taken something very hot and cauterized himself.
All right.
Sasha, how did you raise your hand?
There's a button. I did it on accident, but there is a button next to the sequence layer button for me. Raise hand.
So on the left-hand side, there's all those different option buttons. That top is select token. I have it on token controls, by the way. On token controls, about halfway down. It is on the same line as sequence layer.
There you go. And I think if you press it again, it gets rid of it, but I'm not sure. Or I don't know if it just puts up the notification and then whatnot. But
got it. Interesting.
Yeah, Sebastian told me about it, but I haven't actually intentionally used it.
Well, you
yet.
have next to your name in the lower left-hand corner, you have a little hand up.
Oh, so it's still up?
Yeah, there it goes.
Is
It's
it
gone
down now? So you do have to click it again. James
Huh.
has it too now.
I don't actually see that.
Yeah, I don't see what you guys are talking about. Where?
In the players area where it has your colors and your pronouns, there's a little hand emoji.
What players area are you talking
Oh,
about?
if you pull the list up, you mean?
You want to
Yeah.
have the list minimized.
Oh, that. Yeah, no, I have that minimized so that I can actually.
Where are your guys' pronouns, huh? I don't see your pronouns nowhere. I don't know what to call you.
My
My name
pronouns
is
are
Guess
just
by
literally
any
Lady
and all.
Valkyrie. Please use 2 brain cells, and if you need me to write it down, I'll write it down. But like, I didn't think that would be necessary.
It's not. It's not. I'm
I'm teasing.
Hey, my pronouns
I'm
are on that
teasing.
list. GM.
That was loud. Sorry.
Gas's pronouns are that bitch. So, you know.
Amazing.
Which you share that with the first time I saw Abria Iyengar playing a character, or with her character's name. Myrtle the bitch. Anyway, you've made it back. You're there. When you say that it's for a price, he just kind of shrugs and shakes his head. And kind of mumbles that he's got a dock.
Yeah, Gas isn't going to treat anybody out of the kindness of her heart.
Especially random terrorists that go after corporations when your daddy's a big old corpo too.
Gas really doesn't give a shit about that, honestly. What they do with their free time is
The politics isn't as important.
she doesn't give 2 flying fucks, but you know, she's not that interested in treating people unless they got something real weird going on that she like fascinates her. She's not really gonna just waste supplies on random people.
All right, so you continue down on the river. Several days go by. At one point, that speedboat you first saw that had hydrofoils, you see it's impaled on a tree.
Huh.
Glad
And-
we didn't take that.
And Cleary just kind of goes, huh. And that's why knowledge, old age and knowledge is always going to beat youth and pizzazz. Because they ain't
How
making it to New Orleans.
How did Cleary and the daughter, right? That's his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
How did they react after we came back with a finished job?
Cleary was happy to see the explosions happen because he also didn't like the corp. And his daughter's a member of the Raiders, so he's doubly happy that she didn't have to do this job too. Especially as it looks like this cell is probably ended for now. Demeter's going to have to rebuild. And you continue traveling on down, and all the way to New Orleans.
Okay. How many days?
That's another 3.
Cool. I'm at max hit points now. My wound state is green.
Now, New Orleans, a few years back, had all the levees break, a hurricane come through, everything got flooded. Instead of rebuilding the levees, they just reinforced the buildings and made sky bridges.
So this is Venice.
Yep, it's the American Venice now.
I love it.
And they did pull some of the historic buildings up out of the water again and put them on pylons above. So the French district is still there. It's just different.
Finally, some good fucking food.
I mean, even before you're stepping off of Cleary's boat, there's a street vendor offering you etouffee.
I don't
Crawfish etouffee, just an EB for one bowl.
I don't need.
You want some?
I don't
Does
need
he got
an
a little
F2.
cart on a little boat and he's like paddling by like, you want
No,
some
he's
drop?
on the dock itself. He saw a boat come in and pushed his cart too and is going, you want some etouffee?
I don't
Crawfish
need-
etouffee. It's good. Only an EB a bowl.
I don't.
You
I
want
don't. I don't need any. I still have all my hair.
on his chest too? Put some on your chest.
Steelheart will give this delightful person an EB for a bowl.
There you go. There you go. There's a lady with some taste.
Bowl of what the fuck is this called?
Crawfish etouffee.
Crawfish etouffee.
It's normally a like spicy like sauce shrimp dish, but this is crawfish instead of shrimp.
It's
Mhm.
it's a toupee. It's something you put it on your head. It's fake hair, and it's made of shrimp.
A toupee.
Etouffee is
Okay, Brutus.
it is a white sauce stew. Effectively, it is a kind, and it is inspired by French stews and white sauces, just not in any way a French person ever would combine. With a base of rice in there as well, and many different veggies. And for a single EB, getting a bowl of real food is quite shocking.
Yeah,
you know,
no.
Gas is gonna get some too. I was thinking about it.
Steelheart's
Crawfish aren't real
very
food.
happy about this.
Yeah, they are.
Crawfish are not real food. They're insects. You're eating bugs.
So are catfish, and I love catfish. Shut up.
Shrimp
It's-
and
it's not
crawfish are
pop.
similar.
It's not soy protein. It's not any of the other fake proteins. It's a
True.
natural thing.
It is also just. It is shellfish. It is small shrimp, I think.
Big shrimp,
Uh,
basically. They're like
oh.
mini lobsters.
They're water
Oh,
insects.
crawfish are
Great.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crawfish are essentially
They're bigger than most
freshwater
shrimp.
lobsters.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, I had the wrong image in my head. Good
They're
to
about
know.
that big, and they're all over the eastern U.S. I mean, they're known for in Louisiana and Mississippi, but even here in Indiana, I can go to some of the creeks and find them and harvest them myself if I wanted.
The liberals got to you guys. They're making you eat bugs, water bugs.
And don't forget to soak your heads.
Arthropods.
I do not care about what a politician says. If this food sounds tasty, I'm eating the food.
This is the future Joe Biden wants.
Everyone eating bugs.
Everybody
I didn't
getting
think it had anything to do with
gas.
oil.
everybody
Next
getting
thing you know,
food.
they will be trying to make you eat.
Catfish next.
I love
Right.
catfish. Fried catfish.
those
Nom, nom, nom.
scorpions.
Yeah, well, we're right next to Texas, so you're biased. Catfish are bottom feeders too.
I said nothing about bottom feeders. I said water bugs. I said they're insects that live in the water.
Okay, so are lobster. Have you had lobster?
Yes, but rich
They-
people eat that, so that's the
on
that's
the
the
better.
whole catfish. You
we
know
make an
how
exception
they-
for lobster because rich people eat that.
You know how with catfish they keep growing as long as there is food to support them?
In their ecosystem, yeah.
Yeah, well, here in Indianapolis, back in 2001, the fire department was doing car recovery in White River, and one of the people thought they found a V-dub bug and hooked the chain up to it. They pulled a 400-pound catfish out of the water
Cool. That's how you
and
go
had a
fishing.
week-long fish fry.
Yeah, that's what you call fishing. That's
Is
all
this a
that
cyberpunk
is.
story or is this a real story?
This is real life in Indianapolis.
I'm afraid.
And it was right next to the White River Park where concerts happen.
Well, that's why it was so big. It was eating what people kept tossing in the river.
Yeah. They also that year got 2 Lincolns, a Cadillac, and a Volvo.
Anyways, what are we doing in this town? We just do we have enough time to get on the road, or do we have to spend the night here?
You're supposed to be contacting Michael Hart, the
Oh,
fixer here.
That's right. That's right. I gotta look at my notes here. Boop doop doo. Yes, contact new fixer Michael Hart. Let's go do that.
This is Hart.
Hi, this is Hard Cell. We
Oh, hey, did you guys finally make it?
we made it. We made
Oh, I'm
it.
so glad to hear that. So,
We're alive.
I'll give you a couple choices. We can either meet at my apartment, we could meet at Antoni's, it's a club here in town, or I can give you a day or two and you can pick your own place to meet up. Your choice.
What do you say, guys? You want to meet at a club? You want to meet at his apartment?
I'd prefer the club.
Somewhere a bit less personal. That way.
Is there a restaurant that doesn't have catfish or etouffee?
You don't like seafood?
No.
We'll go to the club.
restaurant,
We'll meet you at the club.
Elmanos,
All right.
we are literally on the coast.
I'll
Sorry.
send you a text here in a sec with the address.
Okay.
And you get the address a moment later.
Excellent.
And Anton's is a club in downtown New Orleans. It's in one of the skyscrapers there overlooking the Gulf.
Okay, guys, be very careful here in New Orleans. We don't want to have a voodoo curse put on us or anything like that.
Voodoo curse? What are you even talking
It
about?
was a voodoo curse. Haven't you been to New Orleans? They put voodoo curses on you if they don't like you.
I think you've been watching too much weird porn, Hardcell.
Maybe they put it on you. I'm too pretty for such injustice.
You can't see anything.
Yeah, we don't have vision. You can
Yeah,
you can
and I
either
just
turn
need-
off token vision on the map or put our tokens onto the map.
Give me just a little bit to finish throwing some NPCs on the map.
Oh, sure.
He doesn't want us to see that he has Adam. Who's the one
Adam
who's
Smasher?
just Adam Smasher? Thank you. I was going to say Adam Savage, but
Adam Savage, the Mythbuster.
yeah, no, that's why I was like, no, that's not right.
Wait a second.
I'd love that. Let's fight Adam Savage in a role playing game.
I guess is debating whether or not to ask Elmanos if Elmanos would prefer fried pigeon instead of, shrimp.
Everybody roll for initiative. Adam Savage fires his potato gun.
He
Demolishes
starts to
everyone.
explain how you get more wet running through the rain than walking.
Oh
You're going to take psychic damage.
As
I
if
have
you,
done this too. I think I told you about.
You're going to
this,
take damage
too.
straight to the dome
As-
if you don't listen. If you listen,
I use that fact way too often.
As he's explaining it to you, you don't notice that Jamie Heineman has now laced the entire area with thermite.
I don't care if it's been myth busted. It feels wrong, Tarek. It feels dirty and wrong.
But
Shameful.
it's so right.
They're just not running fast enough. Okay.
I will say that I think their climate was they were in a climate controlled area with water flowing straight down.
They did it 3 separate times on
Oh.
3 different episodes because they kept having people poke holes in their methodology over it,
Okay.
over things like artificial rain versus natural, indoors versus outdoors, and the combination of those.
Tarek, remember our friend who said, I don't trust the Mythbusters because they just keep going back and redoing their myths and coming up with different results?
Yeah, like science isn't an iterative process. Yeah, I know. Come on now.
Like, if you didn't get it right, how dare they not do it right the first time and go back and, correct mistakes and, make their methodology better and revise
It hurt.
their answers depending on what,
You're hurting me.
how
Why
better
are people
truthful
like
you
that?
are.
I have no idea, but it is one of the most annoying things I get.
I do.
The not stupid way to say that would be that, sometimes I've fact checked the Mythbusters stuff and there's inconsistencies, and so maybe their variables are wrong and they need to do that again.
or they're wrong.
But then you just got to accept that they need to do it again, and you have to give them the opportunity to do so. If you don't, then you're just kind of being a dick.
Ghost facers.
Here we go. Now I got those adjusted
Oh,
correctly. All right. When you walk into the club, one of the first things you notice is there is a netrunner who is sitting in lotus position on top of the table at this booth over here.
Don't mess with that guy. Whatever you do, that
Do I wanna
that guy
know
is
what-
off
They're
limits.
just sitting in lotus position, fingers curled up, and goggles down, and obviously doing some kind of run sitting there.
We
Lotus
can
position
literally
meaning
put a grenade.
cross-legged or what?
Cross-legged with palms up on top of their knees.
We will literally put a grenade in that person's lap, and it'll explode, like destroying everything around him. But that person will be absolutely fine. Do not mess with him
I think it's a her.
or her,
Based
whoever it is. They're way more badass than us. We cannot
Don't
defeat
fuck
them.
with them.
And over here is Michael Hart.
Oh, over where?
I will be honest, because we were talking about Adam Savage, when I first saw his icon, I was like, wait, is that Adam Savage?
Adam Savage is everywhere.
You can't escape Adam Savage.
He is
Music
watching.
in here is loud and Zydeco, or sort of a techno Zydeco, which I know for at least some of your characters is going to cause some brain twitching because of the simple aspect of
Yeah.
thumping techno beat with an
Oh.
accordion.
Guys, it's hitting
Oh,
8
yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, we have 4 minutes till time, so I wasn't sure if we wanted to actually start this yet. But yeah, Steelheart definitely is not happy with the choice of music.
And
Uncomfortable.
if you want to stop here, that's fine by me.
Okay. How much IP we get?
This was actually managed to have good rolls to avoid any actual combat, avoided certain death. I'm thinking this is worth 40.
Cool. I'm gonna level myself up after this game. My roll. I have 300, over 300 IP. I can increase my roll.
This is episode
12?
13?
14.
14.
Oh.
Pretty
13
sure.
or 14?
13.
I have it last time as 13.
Oh yeah,
So
last
this is
game was
14.
13th. This game is 14th.
So I missed last session's.
Same. How much
what
did we
was-
get last
what was
session?
20 for
Mhm.
the last session, the 13th game. 20
By the way,
for the
Corey.
12th game. 24 for the 12th game. I think
25 for.
Okay, hold on. I'm missing 2 games worth of IP then. So what were the last 2?
The last two were both in the
20.
20-25 range.
it was
But
20.
I
the
have
last few
25 for
transactions I
11
have.
and 20 for 12.
That's right.
So 13th game was 20, 12th game was 20.
Okay.
The 11th was 25.
Which, apologies for those smaller amounts, because those were sessions that I hadn't prepped enough. I apologize for that.
Oh, you're fine. I still am overwhelmed with the possibility of leveling up, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna sit on these, even though I really shouldn't. I really
Yep.
shouldn't.
At this point, you should all have enough to move your roll rank up if you haven't spent any yet.
I'll have 4 of
Or
5.
you could be going and getting a whole bunch of first level skills.
I've gotten some skills already. I've already bought some skills, and now I'm gonna rank up my roll rank. So I have been spending.
I have 106 IP. I already raised my roll as soon as I had enough money or enough IP to do it. I raised mine.
I have 405 IP. I could increase my roll. I could also.
Let's end the stream and then we can chat about what we're going to spend our XP on.
Yeah.
But the users might be interested.
Hey guys, thank you for watching this as a recorded stream or as a live stream. We do this every Saturday night. Tonight's Saturday. We do this every Saturday night. Thank you to our patrons scrolling below. Check us out on Discord. You're free to come there and talk to all of us. You can check us out. You can check me out on Mastodon. I have a Mastodon account. Dead Unicorn at Dead Unicorn on Mastodon. From Sasha Tarek, Lady Valkyrie, James. My name is Corey. Go roll some dice.
Take it easy.